We have always nice to start with our lovely vibes. And we have our stars in the chat tonight, as I asked for everyone to put some stars in the chat. Welcome, everyone, to another exciting nerd news and nerd nostalgia filled edition of Wow Wednesday. Greetings, travelers, whiz kids, and word players. It is Wednesday, which means it is Wow Wednesday once again. I am Wizard of Wordplay, the Wow of Wow Wednesday, and I am joined, as I am always, by he's as smooth as Tennessee whiskey and sweet as strawberry wine. It's Jessica James.
Yo, y'all know who the fuck I am.
We
Y'all
all know.
Y'all know who the fuck I am. I need no introduction. Y'all know who the fuck I am.
Introduction.
I come in like a beautiful rainbow. Okay. Go ahead and make the gay jokes.
He comes in like a beautiful rainbow, only after it gets wet.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a gay one, though. That one's okay, you know. Like,
I mean, it can go both ways.
Just like you, and we turned it back around.
You really are a wizard of wordplay.
Yeah, damn right. Anyway, let's say hello to the chat. We have Noxie here dropping the first star of the night. Asks, what are we covering tonight? We have a bit of a tighter show this week. We're trying to change some formatting around a little bit. So tonight is really all about Capcom, as the Pragmata, their newest game, has been embroidered in controversy. And the controversy with Pragmata is very hard to sift through. We're basically going to cover all angles tonight. As some say, it is a breeding psyop meant to trick people into having more children. Some say that
so stupid, bro. It's gonna be so fucking stupid.
Some say that it's a lolicon game that you can only care about the side character if you are a lolicon enthusiast. Others, say that it is simply just a video game, and we're gonna see every single take, including from one side of the aisle with a resident of the Timcast, and another side of the aisle with our very own, you know him, you love him, the dog shocker himself, Hassan Piker. So we will.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Cover all sides, but most importantly, we also, as a bit of a palate cleanser, have the Street Fighter trailer to talk about and watch and react to, and see that it's off the wall and it's goofy. So we're gonna see what they're doing there, and then as always we have our ask us anything and whatever else we get into talking about. If you're looking for the Avengers Doomsday and Clayface trailer, sad to say that will be next week, as we will put the MCU and the DCU head to head once again, and we will read the Doomsday trailer as we cannot watch it, and we will watch the Clayface trailer, and we will see what it is they're doing. But that is next week. Before that, we got to get into, as we always do, Jesker. What'd you do this week?
It's been a pretty good week, man. We had my sister's baby shower. That was fun. And bro, we did have a bit of a scare. Okay, we had a bit of a scare. So my sister-in-law, because I don't know if I've told everybody here, but so we got two babies coming in the family. My sister has got a baby coming. My sister-in-law's got a baby coming, and they're like 10 days apart from each other in due date. All right. So my sister-in-law goes to the hospital Monday. and she's like still a month away from her due date. So she goes to the hospital, blood pressure's up, baby's heart rate's up. Kind of scary. They get everything leveled out though, send her home, and we were thinking, crap, she might be, might have to deliver this kid early. But even if we did, I mean, 8 months, a few days in the NICU, we're good to go. Anyways, so she had low potassium, she had low protein, and she wasn't getting enough sleep. That's what they said caused this. So I told my brother, I said, listen, bananas for potassium, steak for protein, and read her a fucking bedtime story to get her to go to sleep. So that was a bit of a scary situation. Other than that, man, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, my week, pretty simple. I finished the drawing that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, which you will all be able to see
on Roll 34
at some point, not at Rule 34. Like, I don't know. I haven't really drawn any Rule 34, but it's like no one wants to see that. But if a guy could, I'd be making money off of it at least. But what can you do anyway? So the drawing that I finished will be seen at some point. It's just when my comic stuff is ready to be announced, which should be within the next month or so, but it's all dependent on the government. So, but besides that, I went to the movies because I remembered I had that voucher ticket. If you remember way back in Wow Wednesdays past, I went and saw Thunderbolts, but was removed from the theater too early. And because the guy wanted to go home. And so I was given 2 vouchers. One was to pay for the next time I saw the movie the next day. And then the other one I just had sit in my wallet. And I was like, well, I haven't used this because I can't use the voucher unless it's for a movie that's over 2 weeks old. And so all the movies I went and saw were ones that had just come out. And so I thought about it, and it was last week on Thursday. It was, my day off. And I was like, I want to go see Project Hail Mary.
Good choice.
And so I went and saw that, watched it completely for free. The only person in the theater again, even though I didn't get kicked out this time. But yeah, that what I can say about that, Jesker, is 3 words. Amaze, amaze, amaze.
It's really fucking good, isn't it?
That was a real good movie, and I thought that it'd be too long, but it wasn't. When I was looking at my watch, it's probably like an hour in, but that second half or that hour and a half just flew by. Like it was blinking and miss. It was gone.
Yeah, man. Ever since I saw the film, because I was keeping up with it from time to time, and I heard a lot of people talking about how good it was when it at the premiere. But I've been singing its praises ever since I saw it, man. It's such a good movie. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Victor the Lore Seeker's here. Hello, Victor. And of course Swan was here as well, who I believe I pronounced embroidered wrong. Or something.
It's got like an ET vibe to it, doesn't it?
I haven't seen ET, but
fuck.
I mean, I have seen ET, but it was years ago, decades ago at this point. I was like 10. But there's that what it reminded me a lot of, and I found out why after, which is good because I like this movie, but it reminded me a lot of The Martian. And I found out why after. It was the author of the book is the same guy, and the directors of the movie are the same people. So I'm like, oh, that'd be why. That's why it feels like The Martian so much.
Did you cry at any point?
No crying. But I will say that moment, like that did get me, but I see any other movie would have done it, right? But the I'm glad that this movie is a hopeful, feel good movie at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah, definitely.
I watched a video about that was basically broke down Hollywood back in 2016, right? They're all leftists and they're all like, "Oh God, Trump is in office. The end of the world is here," right? And so they were writing a bunch of these like, "Grr, we hate establishment. We hate half the, like we're just the world is over," right? And so we had a lot of these like nihilistic movies, and then we had 2020. Joe Biden was in office, and so there, besides like getting over the COVID stuff and the race stuff that they wrote into a lot, we started to get a lot more like hopeful movies and stuff. And so we're now getting that kind of out there and being like, everyone's like, yeah, everything can be good again, right? But between this and like Superman, movies like that, that's just like, man, like everything is just good in this movie. Like even when it's like, oh no, like I don't need to walk out of the theater being like, I just saw the world die. Like I just like there's nothing we can do. Everything shit. I don't need
We're
to watch.
fucked.
I don't need to walk out of a movie theater all the time with that on me. This was just more like, man, like space is cool and humanity should go to space more, and it's
But
just
befriend a rock alien.
defend a rock alien. And that the rock alien was so good, but also it didn't. I'm happy that he was intelligent. Him being intelligent is like made it. Because if he was like just like a cutesy like baby Yoda, baby Groot style,
Yeah,
like
you don't want him to be a pet.
yeah, like then he's a pet. Him being able to just be able to have this communication and everything, like, and be smart too is like so good. Um, yeah, man, like that movie, and
I
uh,
I think what really got to me, bro, is that when you have this human character, Ryan Gosling's character, and then you have this alien, and they're both out there for the same reason to save their planet from this thing that's eating the light of the stars.
mm-hmm,
And you have these two species that are light years away from each other, but they're able to bond and connect. And you realize, holy shit, maybe goodness and morality and love really is universal. It's all across the universe. And that was
yeah,
just so fucking beautiful to me.
yeah,
I was literally crying. It was so good. I love that. I love that because I'm so tired of movies where it's like, he's the evil alien, Carter and Raider. It's probably not going to be like that when it happens.
no, I mean, if they're at all humanoid, we're gonna fuck them. Like,
We will breed.
we will breed the aliens.
We will breed the aliens, and the aliens will breed us.
Yeah.
And that's okay, man. It's okay.
um, but no, it's and having that, even like reading about how scientifically accurate the author tried to make everything and how he had it, in his head and all this stuff, and you're just like, man, like it is very like alive. It's a very like real movie for how fake it is, but you're just like, man, like
And
I'm believing this.
I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for this, but um I kind of like in that regards when it comes to like the science of the film. I kind of prefer this over Interstellar because with
Yeah.
Interstellar, like, and there's a lot of cool shit in Interstellar that I like. There's a lot of like stuff delving into quantum mechanics and like the nature of reality. Like, there's a lot of that shit I like in Interstellar. But the one thing that I have such a hard time getting over is the time dilation.
Yeah.
That is not how time dilation actually works in our real universe. It's not that, oh, if I go to this planet, and spend a day there, like a million years going to pass on Earth or some shit. That's not what happens. That's not how time dilation works. Yes, if I'm on another planet somewhere in the universe, even if it's like a million light years away, yes, like there is a small variance of time dilation that will occur between where I'm at in the universe and where Earth is. That is true. But it's not these massive gaps in time to where, decades and decades pass on Earth. There's only one place in the universe where that actually holds true, and it's a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're up in space, like these astronauts, their time dilation between where they were and Earth was like at most 2 seconds difference.
Yeah.
There's only one place in the universe where time dilation that's that radical actually occurs, and it's if you're at the event horizon of a black hole, because space and time become warped at a black hole.
Yeah.
So that was always like the one thing in Interstellar that I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like I know this whole thing with the daughter getting old and everything. I get it. It's an emotional heart. It pulls at the heartstrings. I get it, but that's not how it works. That's not actual science. This movie, however, most of it was pretty grounded. Now they did take a couple of liberties here and there, but for the most part, they stay pretty grounded in what we know about
Yeah.
science.
Everything is very believable. Like, and there's a podcast where the author is talking to um like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's talking about how he came up with everything, and how they're like, oh yeah, like Rocky's people can't see around, like they don't have like awareness with like so if there's no noise, like if the noise cuts away, they don't have spatial awareness, right? Like we can close our eyes and you can kind of know where stuff is when you close your eyes, but they don't have that. So like once they lose all vision, like the world disappears basically. And so they're like, they don't have, like he talked about that, and how what their planet would be like and how they would survive in it and everything. And and he broke down the astrophage and all that stuff, and it was interesting. And so yeah, definitely a good movie, sci-fi, but not too out there. Nothing, the in the book, the idea of that there's an alien at all is a twist, but in the marketing of the movie, they like let it be known pretty early. But so it's not a big deal that there's an alien, but it's definitely, I'd be interesting to see people going into it that don't know it, and then they're just like, there's an alien spaceship, right? Like that's crazy. We were just watching just The Martian 2 like 10 seconds ago, and now there's an alien here. And
Yeah, which
and I'm
the film does live or die on the relationship between Ryan Gosling and Rocky, but it's
yeah.
like gum, they nailed that relationship so well. It's so
Yeah,
good.
like that moment, like when you thought that the movie's over and then it's not, the fake out ending, and then
Yes.
you're like invested. You're like, oh no.
I'm like, oh shit. Like that it's a great it's definitely up there, man. Like when we go to do our tier list on films and stuff at the end of the year, it's I
Yeah,
mean, this year's crowded, but I mean, it's got
yeah.
a good shot of being in that top 5, bro. It's got a
It's gonna have to
damn good
compete
shot.
against Supergirl, which out to super now, no offense to Supergirl, I don't see Supergirl unless I only see 5 movies. I don't see it being in my top 5, sadly. But we'll see. I just feel like it's gonna be an all right movie, if anything. Like I don't know. But it's gotta compete against Doomsday. Um, right, is this year? Or no, Spider-Man's this year. Doomsday's next year.
No,
Either
Doomsday's this year.
Doomsday is this year. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just late
Doomsday's
this year.
the December.
Yeah, it's got to compete against Spider-Man and Doomsday, and I want to see He-Man.
I'm also, it's got another alien film that it's going to be competing against. I want to see Steven Spielberg's Disclosure that's going to be coming out next month.
Hmm, I
And
didn't see much about that.
I'm very, oh dude, it's been everywhere. It's about what would happen if the government disclosed that, yeah, aliens exist and aliens revealed themselves to us. Uh,
And we fuck them.
and it's well, maybe, possibly, I'm down for that. I'm cool with that. But
Maybe
it's a Steve.
maybe it's like they live and we're already fucking them.
I'm cool with that. But it's a Steven Spielberg film. So I'm very much looking. There's to put on my conspiracy hat theory. There is theories that because Spielberg did, of course, E.T. and he also did Close Encounters of the Third Kind, both of which were alien movies. And there is theories out there that Spielberg actually knows some government secrets regarding aliens, and he has been putting in clues and foreshadowing and like stuff to kind of get people prepared for when it does happen and we learn about them to kind of mentally prepare us for it so we don't lose our fucking minds. And I don't know, maybe that's what this film is. Maybe it's another
Nah,
one of those things.
you cannot mentally prepare the world for aliens actually like appearing and shit. Like,
Bro, I'm ready for it.
but like just in general, like because that's going to change all of humanity forever. Once we have definitive, like here they are, they've shown up, right? And it's like that is the like you might see an end to like racial prejudice in any form because we're gonna be united against we're gonna be able to racist towards the aliens. And I'll be first in line to yell whatever alien slur we come up with.
Well, I mean,
But
I hope that we don't. I hope that we don't act human around the fucking aliens. Like, come on, people. Like, we need to grow up as a species. Personally, my theory is that I think that if there are aliens, that they already know we exist. They've probably been monitoring us. Now, whether or not they've been in contact with us, that's a whole different story. I don't know. There's people that seem like reputable people, like fucking congressmen and stuff, say like, yeah, we've got the technology. Yeah, we know they exist. But I can't say that for sure. But I think that they probably know we exist. They've probably been monitoring us, and they probably think that these little barbarians on this blue rock need to grow
don't
up.
know shit. I was like, we don't know shit. Like we don't have like FTL or anything. Or,
I think more what matters more to them is not our technological advancement, it's our moral and spiritual advancement. And we're so chaotic as a species, and in their mind they're like, we don't want humans bringing their bullshit into the cosmos.
what if the aliens though are like more barbaric savages than like what if they're like fucking like barbarians, right? They're like we worship the dragon of our mountain and we have to
Oh, I'm
bring human blood.
I'm sure there's species out there like that, but I don't think any of them that have been able to travel across the universe with that level of technology, I don't think that any of them would have reached that point. Because the thing is that your species has to be united to, and it has to get over its own bullshit to be able to do that. Like, if humanity's going to go into space and start colonizing planets, we have to be united. We have to grow the fuck up. And if we can't do that, we're not getting out there.
Yeah, well, and then it's like if the aliens do show up, it's like is all of Earth religion wrong now?
I don't think
And then
so.
we have to like throw everything out and start over.
I don't think so. And here's why I say that. Um, when Galileo said that the Earth revolves around the sun doesn't revolve around the Earth, and the Earth is not the center of the universe, what did that do to diminish God?
I mean, the church thought it did, but in the
Well,
end,
the
it didn't.
church
I
was
guess.
wrong,
Yeah.
and the church has acknowledged they're wrong. It did nothing to diminish God. It did nothing to diminish the idea and concept of God. It did nothing to diminish the life and legacy and message of Jesus Christ. You know what it did
Yeah.
do? It diminished humanity and what we thought was our rightful place in the universe. It basically forced us to humble ourselves and to
Mm-hmm.
say, we're not the end all be all. We're not the center of the universe. The universe doesn't revolve around us. We're not as special as we think. That does nothing to diminish God. It humbles humanity. And we didn't like that because it made us feel like we were less than what we thought we were. It hit our ego, Wizard. Now,
Yeah.
alien contact would do the exact same thing. There is
I know.
nothing.
I just more mean like, what if the aliens show up and they go, "Yeah, here's our religion," and it's like completely different, and then it's like, well, what if they're right though? Like, we don't know. Our
What
book
if
says there ain't even stuff out there.
well, but our book doesn't say that there isn't stuff.
Yeah, I know.
This is the thing that people have to understand about the Bible is that it's not a history book. It's a book about salvation history. It's a book about the relationship between God and man. That's what the Bible is. It's not meant to. What does the existence of aliens have to do with God fixing humanity? So why
Yeah,
would
I
God
suppose. Yeah,
bother? Why would God bother to tell us? God,
like that.
God may have
That's for issue 2. Like, that's for the sequel book.
God may have shown up and dealt with the alien race in a different way than humanity, because how you deal
Actually,
with another species might not be the same way you do. It's like with kids, Wizard. If you have two kids, right?
mm-hmm.
They have their own personality. You have to deal with them in different ways. You don't deal with one kid the way that you do another. It's not one size fit all. You have to deal with them differently. It's the same thing with God and what He's created. You have to deal with one species different from another. How He
It is
deals
an
with us might be different than how He deals with
interesting
our brothers and
prospect.
sisters.
That like an interesting story to be like, well, we have like book 1 of the Bible that deals with salvation, but the aliens don't have that, so they need salvation. But book 2 of the Bible is what they have. That's when it's like you get the whatever it is, like the answers that we're looking for is in their Bible. And that's what they're so advanced, but the answers they're looking for is in our Bible. And so it's
And
like we actually like bring the Bibles together and we got a whole new Bible. Like that'd be a good story.
it's also possible. C.S. Lewis, I forget the name of the book, but he wrote a sci-fi book about aliens, and the idea was is that there's probably some alien species out there that never fell. Like they're not dealing with the same crap that we are because they're perfect.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, there was no
there's no
Eden
there's no
like
original sin.
yeah.
When the serpent came, they passed the test. We failed it.
Hmm.
That C.S. Lewis wrote about that. And C.S. Lewis was a major Christian.
Hmm.
I mean, he wrote Narnia. You got the Jesus
Yeah.
allegory lion, for God's sakes.
Yeah, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I swear to God, Wizard, I'll hurt you in ways you never thought a human could be hurt. Uh, but yeah, man, it's and even the Vatican has said that if there are aliens out there, and they've acknowledged it's certainly possible, they have the largest observatory in the world. The Vatican owns the largest observatory in the world. And even they have said if there's aliens out there, they may have a better understanding of God than we do.
Hmm.
Because going back to the sibling analogy, we might be the little brother, they're the big brother, and they've got more
Yeah.
experience than we do.
Baki, welcome Baki says, Jesker, aliens are demons secretly.
I
Um,
I've heard that theory, but the thing is that when people say that, and I do believe in demonic forces, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to go out there and say that my God is so small that he can't create whatever he wants to. If he created life on earth, He can create life on other worlds. He can do whatever he wants because he's God. I'm not going to put him in a box. I'm not going to try and narrow him down to my view. I'm not going to try and narrow him down to just this planet. God can do whatever the heck God wants to do. If he wants to make more children out there, go for it. I can't stop him. I'm not going to argue with him. And I assume that he knows best. That's called faith.
Well, I think it's mainly more that the idea is that the like what we know of demon like well I know with Alex Jones's thing it's like what we know of demons are actually interdimensional aliens that influence humanity.
Alex Jones is a joke, homie.
I'm just saying that was
Alex
like
Jones just lost InfoWars to the Onion
to the
and had a
Onion,
freak
yeah.
out.
So yeah, he took his shirt off.
I'm not blaspheming God, Baki. I'm saying how I don't see how I'm blaspheming God. Are you telling me that God has to fit into my view of the world?
I don't know. Anyway, go watch Project Hail Mary for more sci-fi, even though there's not really religious stuff in there, but sci-fi fun. Um, the other thing I watched this week was I started and watched the first season of X-Men Evolution, going down my X-Men path again, going back through a lot of it's stuff I haven't seen in years, but a lot of it was stuff I used to watch in on VHS, you know, on a shitty tiny little TV in my like kitchen when I was like 9, you know? So it's like, man, I have some of these lines memorized in my head that I didn't remember I had memorized. It's like one of those where it's like, wow. But being able to fully pay attention to it now as I'm older, the goat of that show so far is definitely Toad. Like they were having so much fun with Toad in that, and he never got to really be in much. So they definitely the one with Goth Rogue, yeah. But yeah, they definitely have a lot of fun with Toad. He's just so like
That's
he's such a jobber.
that's like I can't think of another version of Toad that is the most like recognizable version of that character.
Yeah,
Like that to me, that's the definitive Toad.
yeah, because he's just besides what he's in his weird fucking orange and purple suit makes him look like a jester, right? Like everyone hates that design. That's the old design, you know. And then the
Yeah,
X-Men
that's a
movie
dumb
was
design.
like put him in leather and goggles, and even that's kind of just lame. But yeah, his evolution just in the green, and he has his like body shell that gives him kind of like a frog body when he's on his side, you know, like when you're looking at him from the side. But he's just such like I said, he's just such a fucking loser. He just gets jobbed all the time. It's so funny. Um, but yeah, it is like an interesting X-Men concept because we talked about it before about how the idea of um the the idea of the X-Men hiding themselves in like in a human high school is such a cool concept that it never really got it's never been touched before or since, you know. And you know, I just thought that was like such a cool concept. And then definitely like the Mystique being the principal, but yet everyone knows Mystique's the principal, but the kids for like those first couple of episodes is like really weird, but it's funny. But it's also such a kid show thing. But just like Xavier goes and he's like, yeah, Mystique, like whatever, fucking mutant bullshit, talking to her, and she's like, has to be the principal to the school. What they don't show you is the faculty meetings that Mystique has to sit through, the budget talks, the school board stuff, and she's just like, motherfucker, I don't give a shit about this. I'm trying to like get evil mutants for Magneto, you know, like, but she's just
It's like, wait, you actually want me to be a principal?
like I have to actually do this, but and then in the second season she's pretending to be Rogue's friend and who's a high schooler, so
Sir,
she's got to go through fucking high school again. It's like
sir,
Mystique, this is an easier way to do this.
I'm not a principal. I just play one on TV.
You know, and so it's just yeah, it's just when you think about it in that way, it just kind of makes the show funnier because like what is like overkill here, but yeah, overall like you know it's definitely some 2000s edge. You know, it has a lot of like yeah, we're you know electric guitar and skateboarding and you
But
know
you know,
pop music and
I I I recently went back and rewatched it probably or a year and a half ago, and I mean, I still think it holds up, but I definitely grew up in the right age group to really relate to that. Like,
Yeah.
uh, and now in hindsight, the '90s series is clearly superior.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but at the same time, at like when these shows were airing, I probably related more to Evolution at the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like when I was a kid, I was like I was a fat kid, right? And so I had the Blob episode on DVD on VHS, and I used to relate a lot to like how the kids would bully Blob, and how and so there was that, and there's a lot of the and the being in school definitely and seeing all that kind of dynamics and everything, and you relate to a lot of like Spike's like the youngest, and he has the the youthful stuff, and he's the one having fun, him with Kurt, right? And so there's those episodes where you really relate to it, and they seem to spread their wings more in the later seasons from what I remember like Apocalypse shows up, and
When the
um
fuck are we gonna get Spike in Marvel Rivals?
Spike's got to be in something. Like Spike disappeared. He's a cameo in X-Men 3 and that's it. But like we've talked about before, the Spike is in every episode mainly, right? He's in the intro. He was made for that show.
Yeah.
But the character that broke out from X-Men Evolution was in 2. Right? X-23. And X-23 is a great character, but it's just so funny that she was the breakout star where Spike's in every episode and Spike's just got in the shaft for years. Like no one gives a shit what's no one cares about old Spike.
No, when you said that, no one cares about old Spike.
Yeah, because basically Marrow is Spike but better. And someone
Which
did
one?
actually make
Which one came first?
Marrow, because Marrow's from the 90s.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But yeah, like Spike, someone did make fan art of Spike from in Marvel Rivals. I mean, Spike's got some fans, but it's all just the TV show version. Because I mean, he has a comic version, but it's like,
I mean, because that's the most well known.
yeah, like no one gives a shit. Like,
that's where he stood out the most.
like, yeah, it's Spike. Don't you? You gotta love Spike. Yeah, this is Marrow. Because she does basically the exact same things, and I'm pretty sure they just made Marrow into a different character. Anyway, yeah, so that's I'll talk about more probably as I go along more through it. Yeah, I thought Spike was Marrow. Yeah, because eventually um they put Marrow or they put Spike in the Morlocks in the later season. I remember that, which is where Marrow goes. But yeah, I think, and then Marrow was killed in X-Men 97. I'm pretty sure she was killed in the Genosha thing, but you do see her. I remember it's like, oh, it's Marrow. Remember her from the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Yeah. Happy 70th show, says Swan. Thank you. I should have called it that 70th show.
Oh, that would
hang
been,
it
yeah.
out.
Ah, you fucked
down
up.
the street.
You fucked up.
Nah, it's all right. Because we got to talk about Pragmata. But before we get to Pragmata, Jesker, we have a little bit of a news to talk about from last week. Now, I want to hearken your brain back to a conversation we had.
Okay.
Refresh your memory. We were talking about Fortnite adding Hercules and Hades. We were talking about like what they could add. Adds weird stuff. Like Danny Phantom was added like a couple months ago. Like Fortnite just does weird shit sometimes. Like, yeah, here's fucking like there needs to be Ben 10. The fact that it's been Ben 10 in Fortnite is crazy, but I know people want Ben 10 in Fortnite.
That is kind of crazy.
They'll do that. They'll just so we mentioned about there needs to be Ben 10 in Fortnite.
Did they add that motherfucker?
Not exactly 1 week later.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they gave us a little teaser for Ben 10 in Fortnite. And I am gonna, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Epic Games, well-known watchers and enjoyers of WoW Wednesday, they saw the show last week and they said, well, you know what? Why isn't Ben 10 in Fortnite?
You're
So
welcome, humanity.
they made the call. They got the work in. They did all that, and we got Ben 10 into Fortnite. Yeah, they had, and people were Ben 10 fans were like, "Why is it the Ultimatrix? That's bullshit." Like, it's just funny. They're like immediately like, "Why is it the Ultimatrix?" Like, why is it the Ultimate Alien version? It's bullshit.
I wonder if Gwen's gonna be in this.
Gwen is confirmed to be. So it's the two characters are Ben and Gwen. And then I don't know if they're doing the transformations or if the transformations are going to be emotes or what they're doing with that, but they haven't released the full thing yet.
Gwen's like a magic based character.
Yeah. She'll have like her pink pickaxe, right? And they'll use that for her pickaxe, and the backpack will be something. Roygen's here. Hello, Roygen. Yeah, that'll be something they do there. But yeah, so Ben 10 teased, and it was cell shaded, just like I said. And do it cell shaded. And then they also show this is probably the emote, but Alien X. Which if Alien X is coming to Fortnite, then you're just like gonna win every match there.
Yeah, because Alien X is overpowered.
So, but yeah, so like I said, Ben 10 in Fortnite. Due to us, all thanks to us who discussed it, put it out into the ether, and manifested it as we do. But anyway, now getting into the actual hot button topic of the night. The internet has been embroiled in controversy over a robot. A little girl robot has divided the internet like never seen before. I have seen quote tweets upon quote tweets. I have seen call outs, long posts, vague posts, all of it. And it's all to do with this girl right here, Diana.
Just, what are you?
I am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art Pragmata created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving...
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Yeah. From now on, you can be Diana. How's that fit?
Diana. You. Diana.
Yeah.
You. Diana. You. Diana. Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana, Hugh, Diana.
Kids. Diana.
Diana.
So it started with that. Then, you know, there's a lot of things that people were saying about this, right? First, it started off that, well, the actress that voices Diana is a black woman, right? Why did they cast a black woman to play this white girl? Like, that's bad, says the right-wing guy who, wait, I thought we were just bitching last week about the right-wing people were like, why'd you change the avatar people? Because left-wingers want to match the race, but now we right-wingers are mad now? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is just bullshit. But that, I wish it stopped there. But it didn't. Because the mere existence of this girl has launched a whole fucking shitstorm into, is Pragmata is it a pro-birth game? Is it a psyop to get women to want children, to abandon feminist ideals, to embrace the traditional, gender roles or whatever you say, right? There's people clipping female streamers, and they're saying, it's a hard reset for modern ladies because they see first of all, this is AI art, by the way, as this robot drew this. So this Capcom giving us AI art.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so like they're all just like, oh, she's so cute, and
mid conversation, I'm out.
and then but like you get these weirdos that are like, oh, they're wanting the, it's the reset on the women, and they want to have the children, right? And then people are mainly just like, you get your regular people just going like, this is stupid, you're making it weird. Like a cute kid is a cute kid, right? And we're getting this post right here, which is just a video of Diana dancing, which people have put with like different music and everything and like synced it up, and it's pretty, just people having fun with it. Capcom want to have fun with it. It's got 5,000 retweets. A lot of these are quotes from people being like, oh, it's a fucking lolicon thing. It's it's this whole men can't have, men can't have paternal instincts whatsoever. This post here, they're like, if Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like having a daughter, and just Diana just in the hub area can just like fuck around and do whatever. And it's just like, oh, look, like this is what children are like, and then someone says like, I don't like the way you talk about children like they aren't toys. Someone said like, you want a pet, not a child. Was one. Yeah, this one. Because one of the grifter accounts was like, it's a psyop to counter decades of anti-natalist propaganda and bring up global birth rate. And so you can, and then they're like, oh, you guys don't want children, you want pets, because like you can't enjoy this, having a character having fun with a child that is very much in line with what Capcom wants you to feel like in this moment. So, but luckily, through all of this controversy, through all of this fog, this haze, what is Pragmata? Like, what does it mean to enjoy Pragmata? We have, yes.
Okay. Let me jump into this. Internet. Come here. Sit with me for a second. Talk to me. Stop being fucking stupid. For the love of bro. Okay, number one. Even if this was pro motherhood, pro fatherhood, let's make babies, why is that such a bad thing? First of all,
like Japan's birth rate is not great right now.
Yeah, it's not fucking great. It's a serious threat to their society. The other thing is, folks, whether you like it or not, whatever you may believe, we are living beings designed to reproduce. I know people like to think that they live outside of this system that we call nature. You fucking don't. Stop trying to turn what's fucking natural into something that we should overcome or fight against. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you deranged fuckers? I have a dick. Chicks have vaginas. You put the dick in the vagina, out pops a baby. It's true for every single mammal on Earth.
And
Why do
even
you
like
think that we're different?
even some reptiles.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Like, why do people want to fight against nature? You're part of nature. You'll never beat it. You can't beat it. You're part of the system. Sorry, you can't beat the system. The system will always beat you every single time. Man versus nature. Nature always wins in the end. Stop fighting a losing fucking battle. I am so fucking sick of this. It's weird. It's anti-human. It's anti-nature. And I'm going to go there. It's anti-God. Whether you believe in God or
The
not.
birds and the beads was Jessica.
It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing
Anti-life
wrong.
itself.
It's anti. How do you think that we get new people? How do you think that life that is the most basic function of a living being, is to propagate the species.
More than anything, right? The idea that we're not even to the real deep shit, right? There's people saying that's like you can't find this character adorable and can't enjoy doing all this unless you're a fucking lolicon, right?
Okay, let's jump into that. This term lolicon has been so fucking abused. It's like when people were calling people racist, back like 5-10 years ago. All right. Oh, you're racist for this. You're racist for this. Listen, at some point, if everybody's a racist, then nobody's a racist. All right. You've taken what's actually a really terrible fucking thing and you've turned it. You have so abused the accusation.
Yeah.
That it's lost its sting. It's lost its staying power. And that's not a good thing because actual fucking racists are fucking pieces of shit. Trust me. I know. I live in the South. I've been around some of them. They can go fuck themselves. They're horrible fucking people. Not everybody that wants to comment on race or has a different opinion on racial relationships is a fucking racist. Sometimes they just think, well, maybe there's a better way to handle this shit. It's fucking ridiculous. It's the same thing that we're seeing now with the. I gotta be careful. I'm on Wizard Show. I gotta be careful with PDFs. That it's with that accusation. With the lolicon accusation, it's becoming the same fucking thing. This is fucking disgusting. It's fucking horrible. But if you go around accusing everybody of it, you take away its sting and nobody believes you. It's like an inverse of the little boy who cried wolf. Stop making all these fucking accusations to every fucking person that you don't fucking like for the thinnest fucking reason or for the most loose fucking logic. Not every little girl in fiction is a lolicon. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and and that being said too, if you're someone that's going into the files, taking the model out and doing creep, don't fucking do that shit.
No. I mean, if you're doing that, that's a whole different thing. That makes you the lolicon. But
yeah, like that's. But don't just try to be like. I think a lot of it comes from. They are seeing this as a pro-birth thing, right? And then they're just looking at it through that lens. So they're working backwards and being like, we have to hate this for something, right? So it's like, well, I got a kid, right? And then it's like, if I'm saying like a player, it's got a kid, and it's like, oh, well, you're just like, the fact that you care so much is weird, right? Or it's like, you don't got a kid, that's weird. You care about this, this, that, and this other thing. But as I said,
we had this debate. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm like really inflamed right now.
Yeah, go on.
We had this debate before. I was talking to Andrew about this. I think it was on FFS. It may have been CG Church, but it was somewhere where no. I think it was actually One Gun's show that we had this debate, and I asked him. So Rebecca Hawkins from Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah, the gray hair, like the white outfit. No, Rebecca Hawkins. No, I'm thinking of
the little girl.
I was thinking of GX. Yeah, Rebecca Hawkins. Yeah, blonde.
Yeah, the little girl, dueling genius, has a crush on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And I was saying the same thing. I said not every little girl in fiction, I think I said specifically anime, is a fucking lolicon. They're a fictional character. They're sometimes a little girl or a little boy is just a little girl or a little boy in this fictional
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
That's it. And I asked Andrew, I said, Andrew, would you say, because I used Rebecca as an example, I said, Rebecca's an underage girl. Would you say that Rebecca's a lolicon? Motherfucker said yes. And I'm like, Andrew, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck.
Check that man's hard drive.
I told Andrew, I said, Andrew, when in the entirety of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was Rebecca Hawkins ever sexualized?
Yeah, she has to be sexualized.
Not fucking once.
Now you could argue Taya, because technically if they're underage because they're in high school, but
Taya, yes.
But that's just Japan.
That I'm not saying Japan is always 100% on this shit. Don't get me wrong. Also, their legal age is a little different than ours. I think it's 16 or something like that. Which that's true in a lot of places. The UK, it's 16. Whatever. Even in some states, it's 16. It's not ambiguous, the 18 thing, but that's what everybody goes for as far as internet, because it seems to be like the safe thing. I whatever. But the point is that Rebecca is clearly a child, but she is never sexualized. She is not a lolly. In order to be a lolly, you have to specifically have an underage girl that is sexualized. Same thing with a Shotokan, which is the male version of a lolly.
Yeah.
It has to be a little boy that is sexualized. If they're not sexualized, it's not a fucking lolly. And if that's where your mind starts drifting to, maybe we ought to check your hard drive. If you
that's basically what a lot of these became. It was like you guys are being weird.
You know what it sounds like to me when people start making these accusations when they don't make fucking sense? It sounds to me like you might be projecting some inner guilt there, buddy.
Yeah.
So internet, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out and go get help.
Yeah. Some people are disturbed, Jessica. Roy Jan asked, what is this game? Don't really know anything about it. I remember I think we never watched the gameplay of it on here, but we watched it on your channel, I believe, for like Jessica, for like the PlayStation or like the Game Awards and stuff. And maybe we showed it on something, we breezed through it, but it's basically a like futuristic robot sci-fi game where you are a guy in like a big suit, and you and this AI escape a moon base, I believe. And it's Capcom's newest game that is really like, they're basically one of their 4 that they're announcing for like this year that are going to like change the game or whatever. So
I'm about to go buy a PS5 and buy this game now just because the fucking internet pissed me off enough. Fuck.
I just got fucking pissed off enough. I'm gonna get it.
Fuck you, internet. I'm gonna spend $800 and get a PS5 plus another $60 to get this game, internet. You're about to make me spend $1,000.
Jessica, I'm gonna put my hand on the shoulder like the meme when I tell you this. PS5 games ain't $60 no more, brother.
I'm about to spend $1,200 just to piss off the internet. What do you think about that, internet? Huh? Who's the one losing now?
And then there was rumors going around in the beginning that this was going to be secretly a Mega Man game, and so then the devs made a video of the guy's suit turning into a Mega Man on the April 1st. 2 months later, PS6. Yeah. This man is saying to hell with the price hikes. His blood pressure is hiked enough. He doesn't care about the price.
Hey, as a wise man once said, and I'm going to paraphrase, the games are too damn high.
Topical reference, Jessica.
Somebody will get that.
Yeah, I get it. But anyway, like I said, the haze about this controversy has been hard to sift through. But, we have the brightest minds of our time to help us through it. And so this one's kind of made the rounds a bit. Mary Morgan, whose bio says she works for Timcast and is actually followed by some of the people I follow, including Grumpy, who's not here. So sorry, Grumpy, if I'm going to strike at your queen here. But Mary Morgan says, lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children and typically those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children, no one else's.
Oh, that's
Men
fucking bullshit.
Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. And you'd be taking the feminist / radical gender abolitionist position to protest any of the above points. This should explain why a quote dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives people the creeps.
Okay. So she's saying that apparently men can only feel paternal instincts for their own children. Their
own children,
lineage, yeah. Right. Does that mean that dads that adopt children can't feel paternal instincts for them?
Yeah, or Roygen says, what if the kid ain't his, but he don't know? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
or, you know, I'm going to pull myself into this. What if I have a shit ton of nieces and nephews? I think they're the cutest fucking things on the planet.
Yeah.
I constantly think about what can I do to make their lives better and make sure their futures are more comfortable and secure. Oh, but no, you know, you can't have any kind of, you know, love or care for a child unless it's sexual. You know what, Mary? Go fuck yourself. How about that? You know what?
Honestly, where's your fucking husband?
You fucking child brain bitch.
Like, and this, I've been seeing a lot of this with the right wing pundits, as it were, out there, where they're starting to get into this whole like, I get the traditional values, but there's a point where it's like we're getting traditional values. We got to dial it all the way back to like the 30s, and it's like man, bro, things was good in the 90s, bro.
This isn't even traditional values, dude. This is some warped Americanized idea of traditional values. This is the same kind of shit to where you had like men that would beat their wives and kids back in the 50s and the 60s, and somehow people would try and justify it by like, well, he's doing the godly thing by being the leader of the household and stuff and putting his wife and kids in their place. It's like, no, he's just an angry, drunk, abusive motherfucker that needs to be locked up in prison. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Like I saw a video the other day of a guy. It's going around where the guy was getting it's fucking Kevin Sorbo was tweeting it out like it was a big deal. The guy that played Hercules, you know, in the TV show. And he was like, this guy goes up and asks this gay couple, right? And it's like, well, how you aren't capable of raising a child because you're two men, right? And then statistically, you're most likely to molest a child, right? Are you molesting your child? And the one gay guy beats him up, and then they're like, why would you beat this man up for asking such a normal question? You must be a child molester, right? And it's just like, why is this the thing now? Like, why is it we always just go for the molesting shit? And two, it's like, I thought that just like 10 years ago, we were like, yeah, 2-parent households are okay as long as it's 2-parent. If it's one, that's when shit gets money, right? But now it's like, now we can't have fucking like gay couples anyway. Besides the point, but the idea of like, you know, men don't get baby fever. Men can't see like cute children, only their own, right? Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Like, that's just not true. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck she's thinking she's doing, but this got fucking like rated, right? Men experience, quote, baby fever and paternal instincts before fatherhood with hormonal changes, e.g. oxytocin release, supporting nurturing and protective behaviors towards non-biological children as seen in alloparenting and adoption. Like, it's just a stupid fucking point. Wilberforce is here. Hello, Wilberforce says, spare the rod, spoil the child, lol. Close to the 1920s. Yeah, like just the idea of like, that kid is not yours, meaning you cannot find that child to be cute.
I'll tell you right now, bro. What is this? The 22nd, bro. In about a little over a month, I'm gonna have 2 new nephews arrive. Okay, and I can guarantee you, as soon as they get here, I'm gonna be in that fucking hospital.
Yeah,
and I am going to be going, oh, who's a cute little guy? Who's that cute little guy?
Yeah.
Who's a cute little guy? And he's gonna be looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Yeah, especially like this age that the Diana is, where they're old enough to be able to do things, but still young enough to be like, cute about it and kind of like, dopey. But and like they come up and they show you like, look, I drew you, Uncle Wiz, right? And you're like, oh, that's great, and I have it on my fridge right here in my apartment, shit like that. Like,
bro, I'm gonna be
like,
babying these new babies. I'm gonna be babying them like crazy. I'm gonna be gushing over them, bro. I'm gonna be loving on these kids because they're gonna be fucking cute, man, and they're my nephews. I love them.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited to meet them. And they're probably gonna be, because they're new to the world, they ain't gonna know what's going on. They're probably gonna be thinking, like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, chill the fuck out, man, relax. But I can't help it because they're fucking adorable, man. And that somebody wants to take something that pure and turn to something that fucking nasty. All of these people can go fuck themselves. Please go to your nearest mental hospital and stay there until the day you fucking die.
So, not to be outdone with old Mary here, we got Hassan. What was the ones that they have? Like, it was like Pup, Snuffer, Pike, or whatever it was. Like,
yes.
It was like, there was whatever funny nicknames the internet gave him for his last, of course, controversy that he somehow survived the shot collar controversy. And here's the dog still, his trophy mounted on the wall up here. The dog still there, but he also had his take, about this Pragmata game.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, he's saying that gamers can't want to have children, can't play a game and want to have children from that because they haven't had children yet. So you heard it here first from Hassan. You cannot enjoy a game unless it's something that you've done. So you can't play Skyrim because you haven't slain a dragon. Can't enjoy Skyrim. Cannot enjoy Kingdom Hearts because you have not, sealed the keyhole or.
I have never befriended a talking duck or a talking dog.
Yeah.
So you know what? Hassan's right, man. I get it. I suddenly realize I hate Kingdom Hearts.
We're all LARPers.
Oh god. Oh my god, my mouth's on fire. My mouth's on fire. Oh shit.
Jesker, I don't know if you just saw the tweet went out that Tetsuya Nomura is canceling Kingdom Hearts 4 as you have he heard that and
well I'll never have kids because now I'm about to go to the great heart-shaped moon in the sky.
Media can't inspire you. Yeah, like you can't like see a kid and be like, I want a kid, right? Like can't see that. Or just like, man, I wish I had a kid right now when you play like I wish I had a daughter, like can't have that.
Hassan Piker is a sad, strange little man who is angry at everyone and everything. Okay. He is a loser. I don't think he's ever had an emotional bond with any other living being in his entire fucking life. Hassan Piker is a prime candidate for somebody that should probably go and get a dose of Canadian healthcare. Okay?
Yeah, that he loves so much.
He is fucking. Well, I mean, look, I'm all for universal healthcare, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to watch my
I know.
words, wizard.
No, you could. It's called the MAID, right? Medical assistance in dying, assisted suicide.
All right, fuck it, your show. Do it. Say whatever the fuck you want.
It's you can't say, like, not saying suicide's never been a rule. That's just a word.
It was for a bit. That's why
Not on
people
here,
said.
wasn't.
That's why people said. Well, no, but I mean on the platform. That's why people.
Yeah,
said
but we're
mine.
not monetized, so who gives a shit?
Okay, true. That's true. But no, listen, man. Like Hassan Piker. The only thing that well, no, I was about to say the only thing Hassan Piker ever did that was somewhat noble was expose Boogie. But that wasn't even Hassan, that was fucking Destiny.
Yeah.
So no, Hassan Piker is a fucking loser. He's angry, he's sad, he's miserable, he wants to lash out at everything. Everything's got anything enjoyable, anything wholesome, he's got to attack because he will never experience for himself in his entire fucking life.
It's literally in like the manifesto, right? They gotta like destroy culture, like that's in the whole thing. But I will say with Hassan, not to like not to make him, not to put him over or anything, but like you can kind of tell when he's making shit up. Like Hassan is such a grifter to me, and when you watch him a lot, you can kind of just see it. How it's just like, man, this guy does not believe a word he's saying. He is talking just to say shit because he'll get controversy when people come over, or they'll be sitting there and like his chat, it might be like, natalist slop is what this one says, people talking about like, I don't want kids, fuck having kids, right, and all that shit, and
you know what I think it is? Because
go on.
Like we can play something, like we can play a game, read a book, watch a movie, listen to a song, and it like Noxie's right, like it just inspires something into you.
Yeah,
it's like a spiritual experience. You know what it is? I don't think Hassan has ever had a spiritual experience in his fucking life. I don't think he's ever been inspired in his fucking life. Because I think he overanalyzes and breaks everything down to such a cold, calculated state that he's not able to see anything just beyond reason. He's not able to really look at anything and say like this is like something that just transcends logic and algorithms. The dude is like a literal robot. And it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah. So let's see what else he has to say.
Because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
You don't know that.
Well, because you're unfuckable, right? Because you're this gamer that cares you're unfuckable about it.
Why does he think he has the right to make this guy a judgment? Like, he doesn't know that.
Also, I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire. Okay,
there's the xenophobia.
Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom. I know It's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
Pause.
Yeah, it's over now.
The fact that he goes straight to that, this is what he is projecting. This tells me that he doesn't know anything about Japanese culture beyond a surface level meme ideology. All right, like the memes about like, oh, look at how pervy the Japanese are.
Yeah, tentacle porn.
he doesn't know anything past that, and that's such a surface level look. First of all, it's a distorted surface level look of Japanese culture, but that's all he really understands about, because he doesn't give a shit about Japanese culture. He doesn't give a shit about American culture. He doesn't give a shit about culture in general. Like, the things about different cultures that are unique and beautiful and that provide like this great tapestry of color to the fucking world, he doesn't give a shit about that. And you're right, it is because he's a communist. Like, look at communist architecture, look at communist societies, gray square buildings, nothing beautiful, nothing unique. There's nothing. He's a stale, stagnant, cock-sucking loser. And he needs to be ignored into irrelevancy.
Roshan says, remember when Hassan said old enough to count, old enough to mount? I don't know, but I don't know if he ever said that.
Christ.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, I don't know if he's ever said that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, and it's like, if he did ever, if the thing with Hassan is, if he did ever condone like pedophilia or anything like that, it would have been for like Muslim shit, you know, like it would be him talking about that shit. And they would have he would have been like, see, that's, you know, it was different. So
I mean, why should he have a moral stance on any of this? He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in any kind of objective morality. So why should he give a shit about pedophilia or anything on a moral basis?
Like, Zombie Boy is here. Hello, Zombie Boy. Yeah, but you know, and not to be outdone, but the Gamer, the news program, the news website, the Gamer, put out an article, which I have to do some creative thing to show, because that site is fucking AIDS on without ad block. So I'm going to use the we're going to double up. We're going to use Firefox and Chrome at the same time.
Wow.
I'm on Chrome, but I'm sharing a Firefox window. It's crazy, but anyway, so gaming cannot allow Pragmata's Diana fan club to flourish, by Stacey Henley. Stacey is a Newcastle-born and based editor-in-chief at The Gamer and an award-winning features writer and experience across written and video content. She won the GGW Award for her feature on the parasocial marketing of Cyberpunk 2077. Twice nominated, whatever the fuck. Okay. I don't really mind people finding video game characters attractive. All right,
yeah, well, that's already a bad sign.
It's the sign of the time. If I did mind, it would be hypocritical. As article links here to avowed character creator. Do people get weird about it and take it too far sometimes? Absolutely. But then that's the same for pop stars, actors, cartoon characters, and just real life people that we find attractive. It just happens. You could argue that weird attitude towards characters are more frequent in video games, but that might just be that you have a greater interest in video games. I assume, unless you stumbled here from the pop star, and therefore see more of it. You could also argue it tends to be a bigger deal in video games, where the culture war is incessant and where the fictional hyper-designed nature of character models tends to be seen as a win or lose for each side of this entirety imagined divide. But it only matters as much as you care about. I, a woke video game journalist, humbly declare that Eve from Stellar Blade is hot. This is commonly agreed upon, yet often fought over. I'm still not sure why. The issue becomes when this is the primary reason for playing, which quickly becomes a toxic tar pit, wherein you start to convince yourself and are convinced by your immediate like-minded surroundings that this is the only reason games should exist. No one ever plays games besides maybe some actual gooners that are like, the game should be hot woman first and gameplay second. That has never been a thing. This, I suppose, is why we fight over Stellar Blade. I might say that the game is a little shallow, that Eve lacks personality, but that the mix of gun and melee combat doesn't work for the more blah, 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 blah. It's all a bit silly when it's framed like that, but it becomes more serious when these sorts of attitudes pervade popular gaming discourse. These conversations, often by design, make the community a less welcome place for those who don't think the sole and primary purpose of video games is to serve up hot women, and it becomes more serious still in the case of Pragmata. The response to Pragmata's Diana cannot be normalized. Like already this whole thing is just like odd.
I wish I had some alcohol right now, dude.
Palette cleanser. Zombie says got his bags and boards. Can finally start shipping this shit. Zombie Boy's comic. Be sure to check him out. He's not a mod.
And
So
you
we can't link him.
and congratulations, Wizard. You officially did more promotion than Liam Gray ever has.
There you go. In the run up to its release, Reddit banned a Pragmata subreddit because of its content. It immediately banned r/Pragmata. Even with gaming communities being infamously toxic, this is a rare occurrence. r/Pragmata _ was shut down due to Reddit's Rule 4, which refers to sexually explicit content of minors. Pragmata's star is a childlike android, Diana, who was the focus of this explicit content. This is not an isolated case either. One of the moderators of the main Pragmata mod stepped down because they were sick of all the, quote, pedo shit. While the community at large formed r/Pragmata SFW, specifically founded to escape the Diana content that has become rampant on the main subreddit even after the ban. Reddit is far from the only place you'll see sexualized Diana. Steam forums are full of open discussions of her attractiveness, about limited lusting over her feet and wishing for mods that allow players to dress or undress Diana in more appealing ways. Capcom has not helped itself in this regard, recently offering a Twitch emote of Diana crying in a pose extremely similar to a well-known lolicon meme. I assume it's just an anime thing, and then they just do that. Note, Diana is barefoot because she charges through her feet. And while it does convey childlike innocence to most players, all players, the meme makes it harder to view this design choice through a lens which gives devs the benefit of the doubt regarding which audience they are catering to. So now the gamer is accusing Capcom of knowingly appealing to lolicon enthusiasts. So what has struck me the most with this is the boldness of it all. I'm not so naive as to be shocked by some of this behavior, nor am I ignorant to the fact that there are some bad people in bad corners of the internet. But that's just it. They aren't in corners anymore. Feels like Pragmata signals a normalization of this approach to gaming where everything exists to be sexualized, and anything that cannot be sexualized is acting in service of a nefarious agenda to fundamentally shift society towards wokeness. So now you complain about something else. Now you're complaining about the gooners that are like, this isn't sexy, therefore it's woke, right? But also sometimes that's exactly what you're doing when you do that. So Pragmata goes beyond the culture war. There was a similar sort of cheap discussion over Stellar Blade, but at least there the woke being objectified was a woman, not a child. That does not make it better, even if it doesn't necessarily make it okay. And even games like Baldur's Gate 3, typically viewed as being on the left of the culture war, has a thirsty fandom that discusses characters in a woobified, hypersexed way, that, especially in the case of a series post-launch narrative development, can be to the game's detriment. But all of this, the entire culture where everyone is beautiful and no one is horny, is a far more intellectual discussion about how we approach and react to modern media. There's a battle between those who wish to say blah, blah, blah. Just ranting about gooner shit. But it's kind of besides the point to delve into this when the subject of the battleground is an actual child, fictional or not. I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them. I suppose it's marginally a better power fantasy than killing everybody with your awesome strength, but then The Last of Us makes room for both anyway. I play Pragmata, and Capcom's punch-launch attitude towards the Diana fandom will be a major factor in this. If I play, Capcom has to make sure they disavow, basically is what they're saying, again, not feed into it. It won't be because I find a child at the center of the game attractive. I hope gaming can get back to a place where, if it's too much to hope that these people cease to exist, at the very least, they don't get to be so proud of it without consequence.
Okay.
The gamer gave Pragmata 4.5 out of 5.
Okay. After all that, they took, what the
fuck? It wasn't this writer, but yeah, that was what the gamer hold. This person just wanted to write a blog post.
First of all, what the fuck were they even trying to say?
Basically, like gooning is bad, and the fact that the fact that there's people that want to do this with, like, if you, it wasn't that like if you like Diana, you're a gooner. They weren't saying that, but they were like, you are, this enjoyment of her cannot be normalized. It cannot be allowed by Capcom. The fact that there's people who think of her this way holds the game back, or whatever it is.
Baki, yes, I still have an account on X.
Yeah, I'll put the link in.
Okay, so here's the thing. So on the one hand, she's saying that Capcom is like somehow like promoting, whether they know it or not, like weird lolicon gooning shit.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, she's also bitching about like, oh, well, you can't have like gooning at all, like, you know, like legal, normal, you know, adult women and stuff. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, because
what do you want?
Gooner gamers is so normalized now that because there is this child character that you can't have a character like that, and if you do, then you have to completely like disavow it and like erase it and everything.
So I or any other creator cannot create a child character because somebody somewhere might use it for gooning material.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculous fucking standard. That is absolutely nuts. Look, I hate it. It's horrible. I wish it didn't happen. But until we figure out a way to you know, preemptively catch pedophiles, unfortunately, those people are still going to exist, and they're going to misuse this type of stuff in order to get their jollies off. All right. That's not Capcom's fault. That's nobody's fault. They can't prevent that. And you're telling me that they have to circumvent their creative avenues and their storytelling ability in order to what? Out of a fear that somebody might goon to it?
Yeah, because the writer of this article, you know. So the funny thing with the gamer, right? If we go to their Twitter right now, 36 minutes ago, Vampire Crawlers, no likes. A Nintendo Switch 2, 1 hour ago, no likes. This is an Xbox is totally dead, 2 hours ago, 1 like. Black Flag, we'll talk about this next week, resynced. 1 like.
Might begin something about that tomorrow.
No likes. We are getting an announcement of that, so we'll be able to watch the whole thing about that. No likes. No engagement whatsoever, right? Nothing. This is a somewhat big company. They have a website at least. Like they got 86,000 followers. They get no fucking engagement. And then if you find this tweet that we just went over, like see like 1, 2, nothing. Not like it's way down here, but it is down here. Like 160 retweets, 851 replies, 40 likes. Like look at this fucking ratio right here.
Dude. Oh, this is so fucking. So you're telling me, okay. So because Atreus is a child, and I guarantee you somebody has made gooning material of Atreus out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sony is somehow liable or responsible for this shit?
Yeah, they cannot have people making fan art of Atreus in any way, anything like that. Like I'll tell you, I'll admit to it, right? So when Last of Us and Walking Dead, really season 2 came out, but like Last of Us came out, right? I was a teenager. I had a crush on Ellie, right? Ellie's an underage character, but
but you were
I was underage
age.
too. Exactly,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like
That's normal.
But The Last of Us being like, if they were to make Last of Us down, be like, well, you can't have Ellie be a child because people going goon to her, right? And then obviously we have aged up Ellie Last of Us 2, and that's what everyone uses, for goon material. So, it's just dumb. And the fact that like Capcom wanted to just make a little game, right? They just wanted to have a little, thing. They just want to be like, yeah, we got this robot thing. We want to have this little girl character and, just have fun with it. And they're like, and then everyone's just like, no, you can't do that. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, man, look, when I was a kid, I had a crush on all sorts of fictional girls. I mean,
yeah.
I had a thing for Nominee back in the day. I had a major crush on Ariel. Now that might also be halfway be bestiality. I don't know. We can debate that later. But I had a major thing for Ariel.
Well, at least you didn't look at her until she got the legs and later, and then you're like, yeah, okay, now she's complete.
Now she's complete. But it's like when you're growing up, it's normal to be attracted to these characters. I mean, as long as they're the same age, you're in the same general age range. That's just like, guys.
Yeah,
humans are sexual creatures. We have it innate in us to be attracted to the opposite sex.
And really, I think the problem that they have with this is that they think that Capcom's enabling it, right? They think that because Capcom is using this supposed lolicon meme, right? That's what they're doing, and that they know what they're doing is what this person's saying.
I like what Draw Zombie said. It's like blaming My Little Pony. My Little Pony was created, the original My Little Pony, not the new stuff. The original My Little Pony was created like back in the 80s or something, bro. I remember the commercials, all right? There was no concept of a brony when that shit was created.
No.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I left you alone for 2 weeks, and this is what you're doing? Being on his loser makes weird headlines. What is wrong with you?
Look, I'm sure that, bro, I'm sure that you could get, well, first of all, there shouldn't be any kids playing God of War, period. But, if you had a little girl that was playing God of War, she might be like, oh, Atreus looks kind of cute. It's like, yeah, that's fucking normal. That means that she's healthy. She's developing properly. Like, what do these people want humans to be? These weird asexual robots? That's fucking weird, bro. Second of all, she starts going to like the gooning culture in games and stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it's okay to be attracted to another human being within legal reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, like
within your age bracket, and
exactly. I shouldn't have to clarify that, but I have to, because fucking hell, the fucking internet's so fucking dense. But it's like, bro, I mean, like, let me think of a character that would be around my age. I mean, shit, like, dude, Aqua is attractive, all right?
Yeah.
Aqua's like, what, 19, 20 years old?
Especially when she's anti-Aqua.
Yeah. God, yes. But she's attractive. She's meant to be attractive. Have you seen her outfit?
Yeah.
Nomura knows that she's a beautiful character. He is showing off her beauty. There's Tifa. There's nothing wrong with being beautiful. There's nothing wrong with appreciating beauty in another human being. There's nothing wrong with it.
That's the thing too, is this article, it does talk about like, yeah, I love the chick from Stellar Blade and all that chick, she's hot. And then it just becomes in this whole like, but it can't develop into the fact that they were attacking gooning and the Pragmata thing at the same time it muddied up the argument, because it's like, well, the gamers shouldn't pick a game only because the woman is hot. And it's like, no one's doing that.
Well,
no one's doing that.
There are people that out there. I'm going to push back a little bit. There are people out there that will bitch and complain if a girl doesn't, look like some kind of swimsuit model that happens. They had on their poster in the fucking
They're not
80s.
saying like, I am picking this game strictly on, is the chick hot first? Because I'll tell you, the fact that the girl is hot, like, it's like you don't have to play the game for that. Like there's plenty of like hot like female characters that it's like, yeah, she's hot that I've never touched the game of,
Yeah.
like, and so it's like there's no one that's like, yes, I have, like, you can be like, I don't want to play this game because the woman's unattractive, therefore I feel like the writers are going to throw in woke shit in there or whatever. But there's also some female characters that are just like, yeah, like, like they're unattractive, but they're not trying to they're trying to tell a serious story here. Regardless of all that, yeah, the basically being like, we cannot, like, Capcom and other game developers cannot allow a Pragmata Diana situation to exist is basically what this article is saying. And it's like, it's stupid, like it's just a dumb.
That is one of the
thing.
most, that's one of the most seizure like articles I've ever fucking read. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and that really is the crux of the Pragmata Diana controversy, as man, oh man, do they it's a whole lot, right? Like, we're arguing from multiple sides of like, put it out there first and foremost. If you are doing anything creepy with this female kid character, fuck you.
Yeah.
Do not do it.
A pock on your houses, you cannot
eat shit and die.
You cannot get to hell soon enough.
Yeah. If you just think that the kid is cute and that it makes you want to have a kid yourself, or that you wish you could or whatever, cool. Like, that's
awesome.
Normal. You are a human being.
You are a regular ass human being and not a weird asexual.
Even if you are a guy,
freak.
Like, if like, that's the other thing, right? Like, let's say you're a father who's only ever had sons, and you play this, you're like, man, like, wish I had a daughter, right? Like, are you not allowed to have that same, like, well, you can't have paternal instinct of a kid that's not yours, but it's like, when he's got kids already, he just never had a daughter, it's so, and especially when you ignore the amount of like child sidekicks we've had at games, Clementine, Ellie, Atreus, right? We named all three of them already. Of like, we've had these characters. It's like, we get attached to these characters. Even it's like, when we're the kids, when we're younger, we imagine maybe ourselves as the kid or whatever, the teenager, or whatever. But then as we get older, we're like, we see what the story was trying to be told here. We see the surrogate, child, dynamic, and we're getting to that now with this Pragmata thing. Where it's like, yeah, if I did play it, I probably would be like, yeah, it's a cool fucking game, and I can tell, like, it gave me the feels they wanted me to feel in the moment, like Mandalorian, right? Mandalorian.
I can tell you right now, man, when I got to the end of season 1 of The Walking Dead with Clementine, bro, very few games have ever made me cry like a bitch than what happened then. It was fucking nuts, dude. I was inconsolable. I was on the floor crying. If that makes me fucking weird, y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, then I don't want to be normal.
I don't want to be
says
normal.
Even in comic books, like Robin and Jubilee, yeah, like when you're a kid and you're like, man, that's me, and I'm Robin. I'm teaming up with Batman. When you're adult, you're like, man, I gotta watch that. Like, you might still be able to put yourself in the childlike shoes, but you also just like, sometimes depending on the way the story's written, you want to be like, oh, like I have to take care of this kid or whatever, like, or I'm whatever it is. But yeah, so it's like I said, for this controversy to happen with Capcom, no, but it makes you gay, Jesker, says Zombie Boy. So there you go.
I'm a very happy man. That's the type of gay we're talking about, right?
To sum it all up, as we said, yeah, if you're just play the fucking game. And if you're mad that people enjoy it because it happens to have a kid in it, and they're like, yeah, like I'm attached, like, obviously the fucking writers know what they're doing. They want people playing the game to feel attached to the character. I don't even know how the game fucking ends, but I guarantee there's at least one fucking death fake out or some shit. This fuck point. They all do that. Atreus did it. Ellie did it. Clem did it. They all do it. So it's they get you to care about the thing, and then especially if it's a child, because we all have it in us, and then they try to yank it away. So But it's also possible, Jessica, that this whole thing is just a psyop to create more breeders in the world, right? And Capcom, I think that that's what they want. I think Capcom wants you to have sex. They want you to fuck. And I guarantee it because of look at the last game, right? Resident Evil 9, right? Where you had and Resident Evil 8, where you had Chris adopt Ethan's kid, right? And you had Leon adopt a kid at the end of Resident Evil 9. You know?
Yes, Capcom's grand master evil plan to get humans to do what they've been doing the entire span of our species history and reproduce.
So
What the fuck?
It's, the Chris and Leon and the children that they've adopted.
This is Rose. I've been looking after her like a daughter. I recently adopted a kid too. Leon, that is a whole adult woman. She has anxiety.
I probably watched that video. I don't know why. Like I watch it like every week. Like I was randomly just like say that to myself. I love that video. But yeah, so that's the true story. And Capcom, they're not done because not only do they want you fucking, they want you fighting, as they have put out their new Street Fighter trailer. That's almost 3 minutes long of pure street fight. And it's been also, what the hell was that? That was just a nice little fan art dub for the Resident Evil 9.
That shit was funny. It's cute.
Yeah, I love like him holding Grace, and he's just like, so anyway, Street Fighter the movie. Last time we talked about this was when they showed every cast member, I believe, is when we talked about it, but we didn't really get to see everybody, and the whole like we didn't get to see the action and everything. But apparently, this is goofy. There's some controversy about it being maybe it's too out there. I don't know. So let's watch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters.
I woke tonight, I'm a street fighter.
But only one of which will be crowned the world champion of Street Fighting! You win! Perfect.
You're not a warrior anymore, you're a sideshow.
What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
Wait, that's Ken?
Yeah, that's apparently Ken. He's a TV guy. He's a celebrity.
What's up, MTV?
Okay.
I do like how they have him fight in the car. It's pretty cool.
This is your shot at redemption.
Who are you gonna show?
Daggone.
Yeah, action looks good so far.
Wow.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
A lot more visceral.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions,
Oh, look at Zangy.
even if they're lost.
25 years of my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope. Good to see you, old friend.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
I like that.
How in the hell did this that you get what's going on in Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter trailer? We didn't get it in the fucking He-Man trailer. Come on. They use better music this time. Oh, never mind.
Still reckless. Sit
So far, the choreography is really good.
It is.
We have to be ready.
I'm not gonna lie, like, whoa, hello, what's going on here?
We're getting the Chun-Li shower scene in movie part 2.
Was that Chun-Li?
I don't know.
God, please.
Long hair, so unless it's, I don't think we're getting like jewelry or anything.
I'm not even a Street Fighter guy. Like, daggum, son.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the gamer. I'm sorry. I should be doing
Yeah,
that.
you can't.
I'm
you can't
weird.
do-
I'm weird.
no-
I'm sorry.
No gooning.
Please forgive me.
Like Dalsum looks good. The fucking guile kick.
Look at the backgrounds, the environments, the lighting. Dude, this is really fucking 90s.
Yeah, very vibrant.
I like it.
Like they could have made this very dark and very like dirty, and just grungy and Baki says Street Fighter movie is more of a double-edged sword, at least for me, compared to Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, it's getting these in the same year. It's crazy.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs. What's going on? I don't see what the big deal is.
I mean, Cammy's got her ass out, so at least like.
Oh no, the gamer's gonna write an article about it.
He's just having fun. But Chun-Li don't have the legs out, but that I suppose is normal. Like she normally has the tight.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Mega.
Bitch, please.
Ooh.
Honda. There's Roman as Akuma. He looks all right.
Yeah, he looks good.
Not gonna lie, he's
That was some abracadabra shit.
raging demon. There's Blanca. Fucking Momo is Blanca. He's more CG than I suppose.
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
Go here, Ryu!
So yeah, October 16th.
I'm not even a Street Fighter guy, but damn, I might check this out.
Yeah, I know. Like it's
really
all it's all the dumb shit from the games that we've seen.
But they're leaning into it though.
Yeah, Chun-Li don't got the big thighs. Yeah, and it's all that plus it just looks good. Cinematography's real good. Fight scenes are really good. Like it could just be a good popcorn movie. And not trying to be like Mortal Kombat, the movie, I felt like was trying to be too serious and trying to be too like mortal, like we're trying to be a thing. But it's like, yeah, just have fun with the.
I mean, that kind of makes sense though, because Mortal Kombat is, I think it is a bit more serious in terms of like its lore and story and stuff. Whereas Street Fighter, again, I'm not a Street Fighter guy, but from what I have seen of Street Fighter, they just they're a little bit more lax on that stuff.
Yeah, and they'll do funny things, but they treat it seriously. Like they'll be like, yeah, we have this dangerous, character in the Four Kings, right? We got M. Bison teaming up with Vega and Balrog, and and it's like, oh, it's a big deal, but then in reality, it's just like, it's like nothing. So, yeah, and then we see Dalsum stretch too at one point, and it's like that's gonna look weird. I hope there is a bit of controversy with Cammy as well, as like they think that she's acting too Harley Quinnish, that she's supposed to just be like a British soldier. She's not really Harley Quinn. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Everybody can be Harley Quinn, Mr. J.
Baki says not true. Is Mortal Kombat 2021 is mediocre at best. Yeah, but it went for a serious tone though. So it's like, Mortal Kombat should have been a bit more out there, and I feel like in this next one they are doing that a little bit more. They're trying to be a little bit like just have more fun with it and not try
They're
to be like a
leaning-
serious like we're Mortal Kombat. It's a big
They're
deal.
leaning more into the spirit of the games.
And so it's like, yeah, with this video games especially are stupid and they're bright and then, and everything. And this is doing that, And it's like most people that are going to go see this movie know of Street Fighter from back in the arcade days. And maybe they know of it from just cultural osmosis, but they don't know the story. They don't know the Bison and they don't know the fucking, like, what's Bison's powers called? The, whatever they're called, like the way he gets his powers from and everything. The Roman doing the raging demon, like it's so crazy. 50 Cent with his Balrog hair, like the full Shin Shoryuken. Here's the Dawson stretch, like you get, but they were smart with it. They didn't like show it. There's a little bit, but it's not enough to like be gross. So,
yeah, I agree with you, Baki. Like Cole was kind of a boring character. I didn't think it was a bad idea to have the Sub-Zero and Scorpion rivalry be like the focus of that film. Is I like the first Mortal Kombat we got a couple of years ago was I think the sequel is going to blow it out of the water, though.
Yeah, they definitely. It seems like they are doing the right things with it. So, and I think that this is doing the right things as well. So I think we'll get a good Mortal Kombat movie and a good Street Fighter movie in the same year. But yeah, dude, that ranking's going to be probably tough this year. If anything, fighting for number 5 is going to be a struggle.
I'm going to shit, bro. I'm going to be seeing another movie this weekend. The Michael Jackson movie comes out. I'm going to be checking that out. See what that's like. I mean, bro, this year. I mean, if you're a movie fan, bro, you're eating good this year.
The Cammy should be M. Bison Cammy when she's in the green onesie and that red hat. That's like, I remember from Street Fighter 4. Their outfit in that. And then I think what they're going with here is their Street Fighter 5 outfit or Street Fighter 6 outfit. But anyway, the Street Fighter movie trailer definitely warming me over. And I'll be probably going to it in October if there's nothing else around at that time.
I'll check it out. I'm not even a Street Fighter guy, but fuck it, this looks fun.
Yeah, and then like we got He-Man, we got this, like two movies that are just like, we're not going to shy away from the goofiness. We couldn't have had that back in like 2010. They wouldn't have done that. They would have done a very dark, gritty, 2010s thing, Avatar or Avengers thing.
Which I'm happy that this is where we're at because it feels like they finally reached the point of not giving a fuck, but in the best way possible.
Yeah. Godzilla -1. Yeah, I never saw the other one. Or it's -0. -1 is the original one, I think. -0 is the new one, or something like that. But
-1 is good. Fuck, dude, Shin Godzilla is fucking fantastic.
So another movie, that video game movie, I hope embraces the silly and doesn't try to be a gritty thing, even though they could go either way with it. That's the Metal Gear Solid movie is in the works. The Final Destination Bloodlines people are set to direct. So finally getting the ball rolling on a Metal Gear movie. I feel like this is something that they've talked about for decades, right? Like this is something that's like everyone's wanted a Metal Gear movie because Hideo Kojima just does movies anyway. So it's like, fuck it, might as well, right?
Is Kojima going to be involved in this?
Probably not, because he's not allowed to. He doesn't work there no more. Now they might go over Konami's head. They get the rights from Konami. They could technically hire anyone they want as like an associate producer, like an executive producer, whatever the hell. But if they're also just adapting a game, I don't necessarily think they need Kojima. The only thing Kojima is going to do is he'll be like, put more Hollywood stars in it. Like, Kojima, there's already a Hollywood movie we got. No, put more in. More of them. Like cast Keith Sutherland as Solid Snake. Like Kojima, we can't do that. He's too old. Do it anyway. So the question is, what game do you do? Do you do the first one? I mean, it's simple, where he, then kill Big Boss at the end. But imagine that moment, the after credit scene where the Big Boss looks at the fake Big Boss and he's like, we're doing Zanzibar land. And then everyone's gonna be like, what the hell? And it's like, yeah, by the way, Metal Gear lore is crazy. Like, good luck. Metal Gear Solid 2, you think you're gonna go in to see whoever the hell you were playing as, and it's like, no, we're getting fucking righted. Or whatever. You could fucking, or is that Metal Gear 3? Either way, get righted. Like, you're not seeing a Solid Snake movie, you're seeing a righted movie now. And then Metal Gear 3, yeah, because Metal Gear 3 is Big Boss. Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater, fucking no Solid Snake, it's fucking Naked Snake. It's fuck you, it's Big Boss now. And then it'd be cool, but like,
I mean, it can work, but I feel like they're gonna have to walk a fine line with Metal Gear.
Yeah, they're gonna have to loosely adapt or tighten up Kojima's bullshit. And luckily, the story's been told, so they have the benefit of like I said, Metal Gear 1, the idea of you kill Big Boss at the end, but it's not actually Big Boss. That wasn't fully revealed until the last game. So, it was like they're able to do a lot more with it now than they would have before. So
yeah,
we'll see. But if like I said, make it silly, because Metal Gear's got some stupid shit in it. Like fucking Revolver Ocelot is a goofball, especially in fucking Snake Eater, where he's like meowing and he's spinning his guns, and he spins his guns to kill a bunch of bees, Jesker. Like the bees are swarming him and he's spinning them and he's
not the bees. Not the bees.
Not the bee. So anyway, so yeah, hopefully that leans into it as well. But another game adaptation that maybe should have been left on the cutting room floor. We've talked a lot about the bottom of the barrel, right?
Right.
And that truly have we found the bottom of that barrel? And I think more than anything, Jesker, we have. I don't know where else you go from this, but I'm sure as hell is not here. It's Slime Rancher. No, it's not Slime Rancher. It is Hungry. This hippo isn't playing games.
Are they adapting Hungry Hippos?
Official poster for Hungry, the unofficial Hungry Hippos horror movie. Releasing June 23rd. So,
Hungry Hippos. We're hungry hippos.
So, like I said, luckily this isn't an official. I don't know who owns Hungry Hippos. If it's Hasbro, probably. But luckily it's not an official Hasbro thing. But yeah, this is the. You got so caught up on whether you could, you didn't stop and think if you should.
Dude, I loved Hungry Hippos when I was a kid.
I don't think I ever played Hungry Hippos because I never had anyone to play. Like, I never had a player two, So, I don't think we didn't have Hungry Hippos. Probably because it was too noisy. My mom would have Mama Wiz wouldn't have liked the noise of it. We did have Rock'em Sock'em Robots though. Where's that movie? Damn it! Where's the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie?
Okay, maybe I'm crazy, but didn't they do a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie?
Oh yeah, they did. They did Real Steel, but it's not a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. It's an adaptation of a short story.
It's close.
But Real Steel is also awesome. It's an underrated movie. Real Steel is fucking rated. It's a good movie. But another movie that's also happening, another live action remake of a classic animated movie, not Disney, however, and that is Fern Gully is getting a live action remake.
Fern Gully. Whoa, Fern Gully. Buddy. Now that takes me back. Holy shit.
I didn't watch Fern Gully until high school. It was one of those like put it on because it has at least a nice message. And I was like, I've heard of Fern Gully, but it's like crazy because it's discovering something that you should have known about when you were a kid, when it was like years after, and it's like, wow, like Robin Williams in this fucking thing. How come I didn't know about this? You know, it's crazy.
I can't tell you how many teachers, like, when there was nothing else going on, they just put on fucking Fern Gully.
Yeah. Live action Fern Gully movies in the works at Amazon MGM with Marielle Heller, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Night Bitch set to direct. The 1992 animated classic followed the magical inhabitants of a rainforest. They fight to save their home, which is threatened by logging and pollution destruction called Hexix. Tim Curry, right, was the pollution. Yeah, the Looney Tunes movie, Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, which is, that one's funny because it was the movie that Warner Brothers tried to erase from existence. And
I saw the trailer for Coyote versus Acme. Bro, it looks
did I.
really good. It looks
Yeah,
really good.
It does. I hope it does well because it was like I said, it was like, it got erased from existence and then it became the internet darling for a while. They're like, this movie's finished. Why not just fucking release it? And then everyone was like, we want to see the movie. And then so they sold it to the company that produced the last Looney Tunes movie that hit theaters so they could release it. And so finally, which is funny because they're actually marketing it that way. It's like, this is the movie that a major corporation tried to bury, and it's Acme. And they're like, this movie Acme don't want you to see and everything.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, bro. I grew up with Looney Tunes, man. I love those characters.
I've seen a lot of Looney Tunes, but I've never seen the hybrid movies, like Looney Tunes Back in Action and all that. Never seen those movies.
They're okay. They're not the right home about, but they're okay.
Like Daffy has the Batmobile in one scene, and I just remember I had a book of like a novelization, but not. It was like, you know, had pictures and stuff and of the movie, and it was retelling the story. But I remember seeing that Batmobile in that picture. I'm like, why the fuck you got a fucking Batmobile?
Yeah,
said I loved it.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that either. The Day the Earth Blew Up.
I've watched it. It's pretty fucking good.
You ever watch the Looney Tunes show?
Oh yeah,
that was a good show. Like the newer one, like the
the one where they're like living in the suburbs and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be real with you, dog. That's the best Lola Bunny.
That was bad still because it's a Lola Bunny with a personality. You know, like she actually is something in that, and she's so like, I was just recently watching like a compilation of her best moments, and I was like, man, she's so unhinged.
Dude, I love that show. That's a great show.
And Daffy's such a dick. He's just so funny. Well, remember, like, longtime fans, Keen-eyed viewers will remember that the Daffy Duck the Wizard was my intro for like a good while, like a year or so, every week.
I love Looney Tunes, man. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. The other thing I forgot to talk about was the finale of Invincible, and really just the season as a whole. But it was good finale. It was really that last episode before. It was like that should have been the finale, but I understand why. We're just left with like oh no, right? Like, you know, like what are we gonna do? You know, and so that's really where this finale left us. But man, I really hope that it took them a year to get this show out, which is like normal. And that's crazy because it's supposed to take like 3 to 5 years to get a new season in the streaming era. But apparently they said that this new season they've been working on since season 2.
Wow.
So like who knows? But we'll see. But I'm excited. I want more Invincible, damn it. And we're kind of now in the halfway. I think we're in the halfway point of the comics, or we're towards the final run. It just depends on. I think Kirkman said that they could go for probably till season 8, and this next one's season 5. And I feel like that's right. I feel like if they don't stretch things and if they cut, they already did one controversial thing that the comics did, And guaranteed next season they're doing the other one that everyone's like, oh my God, will they do it? And there's guaranteed it's going to happen. They are not going to not do it, but we'll see. But that one's going to be wild. That one's going to hit the internet timeline like a nuclear bomb when that happens. But yeah, so I think that's our show for tonight. Next week we will like I said, we will put the DCU and the MCU head to head as we compare the Doomsday trailer versus the Clayface trailer, and maybe we will go over the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced news and compare and contrast. Because I'm gonna tell you, Jesker, I've seen some things they've posted. There's some leaks of it that are from a quote unquote earlier build, but so far it's just Black Flag with a filter over it. So it's like cool, but why? So I gotta see something. But
I can tell you why. We have to make more money.
But a Wow Wednesday exclusive, as I'm the only person that actively watches this channel. Sean Dager, friend of the channel, has hinted that possibly some new shanties might be in it, but I don't know. But I assume
let's get a one.
I assume he knows. I assume he knows that the original ones are in there, but probably
gather up all the crew. It's time to ship out Binks's brew.
So anyway, we'll be talking about all that next week. And like I said, the Doomsday trailer we will be reading about because we can't watch it, but getting hype with all the ideas that happen with that. And the Clayface trailer and our visions of Gotham and everything to look out for. More DCU talk. And like I said, maybe the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced news, or we'll kick that around for another time. But thanks, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Roygen, for being here. Thank you, Noxie. Thank you, Baki. Thank you, Swan, for being here. Thank you, Zombie Boy, for visiting. And I believe that was everybody. Oh, and Wilberforce was here as well. Thank you, Wilberforce. Wooster. And Victor Loreseeker as well. Yeah, this is also sadly our last stream for a while with StreamYard, as next week I will be probably using Stream Elements, or I'll use StreamYard, but I have to, because I have to have the fancy backgrounds and everything. I'm not going to go back to that fucking duck. Fucking duck in the corner. So,
oh, dude, so I'll just go ahead and make a little bit of foreshadowing here. I have renewed my subscription to Streamlabs.
Ooh.
I just recently did it over the weekend. So, keep an eye out.
Do they have referral link for that?
They might. I'll check into that. Don't sign up yet until
I'm not signing up yet. So
yeah, I will. I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't have anything going on tomorrow. I'll look into that tomorrow night. If they do, I will send you a link.
Yeah, send me the referral link and I'll use that to sign up.
Yeah, I mean,
why you hate Daffy? Why you hate Daffy? Well, just in the Looney Tunes show, he was a dick. Like that was his whole. But he was heartwarming, but he was still a dick. Like,
I mean, honestly, Wizard, you'd probably be good with like the standard one, which is like $9.99 or
that's
something
what
like that.
That's what I was going to use was the $9 one. Yeah,
I went ahead and did the $17.99. I went ahead and upgraded, but I mean, yeah, you'd probably be good with the $9.99.
Yeah, because it was like yeah, you can have up to like so many people. It's like I'm not gonna
I'll see if they got a referral link.
So, because StreamYards does have one. So if you want to sign up to use StreamYard, you can use my referral link. Get $10 discounted, which you'll need because StreamYard's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
They just now let you like change so they added QR codes, right? You could add a QR code in the corner. And they finally gave you the ability to change it. Like, instead of having that stupid fucking duck, you know? And it's like, oh, that's a cool feature. I really like that. It'd be really nice, right? So now I can take the duck out and have like my own little thing in there. But then it's like, too bad, because fucking not using StreamYard no more. That's another thing we can talk about next week is Tifa might be coming to Street Fighter 6. Now, we might save that for when they actually announce it, but it's one of those rumors that's like, okay, this is bearing a lot of weight here. And it's, if true, like fucking Tekken got set in the fucking cuck chair, and also like Street Fighter 6 is wild. And
yeah, because Tekken got what? Clive? Fucking Clive?
Yeah, and people were really wanting Tifa in Tekken. They're like, and Street Fighter poached them. Like, that's nuts. And that Tifa RE engine model is gonna hit the time. That's gonna hit the porn sites like a nuke. Like,
oh yeah, buddy, you better believe it, big time.
Yeah, people want her in Tekken forever. Like the Tifa in Street Fighter 6. Like, I really want subs. Like Baki, the possibility is now not zero. If they're willing to branch out, because the King of Fighters people are guest characters, right? Straight up. Terry Bogard and May are guest characters. However, they are within the universe, or have now been retroactively put into the universe, right? But this is something that's straight up from a different universe, which means the possibilities are endless, which means who you get for Street Fighter 6 DLC is you get fucking Cyclops, Jesker. I want Cyclops as Street Fighter DLC. Like, it'd be so fucking hype. Just be like, Cyclops. Fucking, or like, you could do Rogue, but it's got to be Cyclops. Like, come on. Have him do the dap up like he does in the Marvel Capcom Fighting Collection cover. And he's like, yeah, Ryu, my buddy. You know, so that's what I want. But that's the thing. Street Fighter needed crossovers. Crossovers sell really well in fighting game rosters and shit. People love that shit. So that's what they needed to do. And then like you kind of have it with the King of Fighters stuff, but the new character is like a goddess of dimensions. Yeah, so that's like their possible in, and they're gonna use that to be like, ooh, look, now we're getting, you know. I hope they just don't do like other Capcom people, like, oh, it's Frank West. Who gives a shit? Like, or it's like Dante would be cool, but Dante's not a martial arts guy, you know. So anyway, so be on the lookout for that, as we will be covering that when that is announced. But until then, thank you all for coming. We will see you next week. Thank you, Jesker, for being here once again.
Of course.
And thank you all, and I'll see you all next week.